I absolutely hate how this project is coming out. That's a weird way to start a video. Yeah, it is. This week's video is going to be a completely different video, but I absolutely hate how it is turning out. So we're going to do another part first while I think about the first part. Next part, which is the part we're doing now, is I have some absolutely beautiful couch leather. Couch leather? What's couch leather? Couch leather is, I'd say, if we're going by the numbers, it's a 4 to 6 ounce chrome tanned leather used for couches. Couch leather. Leather for couches. It's pre-worn. It's pre-worn. So there's lots of just amazing wear patterns. We're working on a Jedi, by the way. We're doing the shoulder armor, tabards, whatever you want to call it. Obi. Well, not the Obi's the whole. Yeah. It's the part that goes over the front. It's this part. The part that goes like this, right? I'm making it out of leather like Anakin. Or they're referred to as Anakin style tabards with the Rebel Legion. And since I'm using couch leather, I don't have like a full side. So it's going to have to be in 8 pieces all together, all sewn together. The pattern I'm using, let me grab it. I think I have one. My pattern bin. There it is. It's a Simplicity Costume 4450. It's kind of hard to find. Still the tissue paper because I make mine. But it's a heavily modified version. So, you know, keep that grain of salt. The wear pattern on this is absolutely beautiful. I have a piece that is exactly all the pieces I need in one piece. So, whenever Kim sees a random couch on the side of the road, she will jump out of her truck like a Jawa and just field strip the thing. It's a wonder to behold. She's super efficient at it. I mean, right along the edge, does a great job. But because of that, I got a lot of random chrome tan leather that I can't really do anything with, except for like Jedi. They make absolutely stunning Jedi. And that's what we're going to do today. Shoulder armor for a Jedi. So Kim brought this leather home and I instantly knew what I wanted to do with it. It's the color. It's the perfect color. I've got a buckle. Let's see if we can get that to focus at all. It's this amazing copper, right? That goes really well with this leather. It's a beautiful combination. The minute I saw it, I'm like, I have to make a Jedi for Rachel. Period. We're done. I'm using Sam Brown buttons. This is the same kind of buckle I used for my Mandalorian. It's got a stud at the bottom that's going to be in the way, so I'm going to snap that off, flatten it a little bit, and this will be the center buckle for the Jedi, for the big belt. And I have these 2 pieces here that are just a great wear to them. And we are going to use them for the front too. When I made Kim's, hers have points in the front instead of ending flat, just so I know which is left and right. I have a better way of doing that now. I don't know why, but I have this weird mental glitch with costuming where I'm like, but what if I don't want to wear the armor piece for my Jedi, the Obi? Epaulets. They're not epaulets. Pauldrons? No, pauldrons. the shoulder armor for the Jedi. What if I don't want to wear that? Like, that'll ever happen. That's the stupidest thing So, I'm going to sew it together, and then I'm going to put the rough side of the hook and loop tape on one side, and then the smooth side of the hook and loop on the other side. That way, once the other part is sewn onto the tunic, it can only go one way. It's a brilliant solution. The Fett that I have, I don't know where it is. Terry's Fett did that exact same thing, and that makes me happy that I'm learning from a friend of mine who's passed on. But the first thing I need to do is set everything up so I can find the right orientation, the right leather that looks good next to each other. It's going to have a seam in the middle, though. Luckily, the belt goes over that. So I'm going to grab one of Kim's and use that as a model to mock up about where I want that seam to be. Upon further inspection, Kim's is a little smaller than mine. And this is my size. It's large. I think it may be too big for what we're planning. So I may just end up tracing Kim's, because it's about the right size. But first I need to figure out which pieces of leather I'm using. And I have a lot of fantastic leather right here. That's just, it's nice, it's modeled, it's worn well. I just have to find two pieces that go well with the pieces above them. Because I don't want it to look, like it's pieced together. I want it to look like it's one solid piece. And I think that transition is good enough that it's going to blend right in, and it doesn't matter which piece I use. That's convenient. I also have another set that's got the same kind of wear that I think I'm going to use for the back too. So now that I know it doesn't really matter, let's just get to cutting. Leather is way easier to mark on the back side than the front side if you're using a marker, and I am using a marker. Like I said, for Kim's, I went with a point, but that was just so I could know which side is which. I don't think I need that for this one, so I'm going to go straight, square. I'm just going to trace this out, and then we'll pick this back up in a second. So this is what we've got. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the front, and this is the top. I'm just going to cut these out, and then copy them. And since I want them all to be identical, the best way to do that is to just cut it out. I'm just using shears, and then trace them. I mean, tracing is the fastest and easiest way to make sure things are symmetric. So I just threw a face belt on to get a rough idea of how it's gonna. Oh, that's gonna look so good. That is gonna look so good. I have all the pieces cut out. So something to keep in mind. There's a left and a right. And had I cut these both the same way, I'd have had two lefts or two rights. So, keep that in mind. I'm going to sew these together, right sides to right sides, along the shoulder line, and then the bottom of the tabards. I believe they're tabards, by the way. Get sewed on, also right side to right side, and then we'll pick it back up after that. Oh, nice thing about couch leather. With a leather needle, my sewing machine can go right through it pretty easy, but I have the industrial set up, so that's the one I'm going to use. Everything is sewn together. Kim's only had a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and it's fine. I like hers. I think for this one I want to do a little more, so I've marked 2 inches all the way across, and we're going to contact cement that. I'm just using standard contact cement. Nothing special about it. Got gloves, popsicle sticks. I'm just going to put down a nice bead of contact cement all along my 2-inch mark. This stuff's pretty nasty. I should have a mask on. I may end up putting a respirator on. But it's just put down the contact cement, wait about 15 minutes. Wait till it's tacky, but not completely dry. And then we're going to put everything together and hit it with a hammer. I think I am going to put a respirator on, though. Everything has been glued and beaten. I have sewn Velcro on the back of these flaps. And these are going to get glued rough side to rough side on these. On the, what was I calling them? Tabards? On the tabards. I've also got 4 of these long pieces that are going to go where these seams are. So all I do is put down some glue, let it cure, slap everything together, and then we may be done. I'm not a big fan of a single stitch holding anything in place, especially like leather. So this is just one stitch holding it in. So I put reinforcing patches everywhere. Any seam, I tend to put one of these in, just because I want to be, I want to make sure it ain't going nowhere. But that's it. I think we're done. Guess this is time for the reveal. Not much of a reveal. It's just the Tabards. Armor, epaulets, whatever they're called. The Jedi shoulder armor. But it looks nice. I'm really quite happy with how they turned out. There we go. But it's just one small step of the costume. I'm not sure how much of this we're gonna go through, but at least the first step's done. Thanks for making it to the end. I really appreciate that. Hope I see you next time.